In Burkina Faso, under the leadership of Ibrahim Traoré, a quiet storm brews. The streets of Ouagadougou pulse with uncertainty. Whispers travel faster than the wind. Beneath the surface, where foreign influence and neocolonialism still cast long shadows, something darker is taking shape. Men in pressed suits and guarded compounds plot moves not meant for daylight. They speak softly, but carry the weight of decades. Decades where African independence has been undermined, where West Africa has been fractured by the silent hands of manipulation. Now, in the heart of Burkina Faso, another coup attempt is quietly unfolding. It is not just politics. This is a fight against neocolonialism. A new chapter in African politics where pan-Africanism and African unity clash with external powers desperate to maintain their hold. Ibrahim Traoré, a revolutionary leader, has become more than a military figure. For many, he is the symbol of Africa rising, of an African awakening long overdue. The truth about Africa is being rewritten in real time, and Traoré's name is etched deeply into its pages. A small, dimly lit cafe near the Ministry of Security serves as the unlikely stage. Inside, a businessman in a tailored Western suit leans over to a journalist with ties to foreign agencies. His voice drips with disdain. "The youth in power think they can stand against us," he scoffs, dismissing the silent surge of support behind Traoré. His arrogance betrays ignorance of the military leadership reshaping Burkina Faso, of the African revolution gaining momentum beneath his feet. This is no longer about backroom deals or hidden loyalties. It is about Africa's future. The stakes stretch beyond borders, beyond governments. Ibrahim Traoré's revolution has ignited something elemental, a call to dignity, to African independence, to sovereignty reclaimed by its rightful heirs. As the conspirators plot under the veil of night, unaware of the fire rising around them, the first cracks of their illusion begin to show. As the political landscape becomes increasingly volatile, Ibrahim Traoré faces not only external threats, but also the arrogance of those within the system. A key figure, a high-ranking official, dismisses the rising power of the youth and the revolutionary leader with a snide remark. "What does he think he's doing? He's nothing but a puppet for the masses." These words, dripping with contempt, echo through the halls of power. The official, an aging bureaucrat of the old guard, believes that Traoré's rise is nothing more than a fleeting moment, a rebellion destined to fail. But Traoré, unshaken and resolute, remains an enigma to these men. They fail to see the magnitude of his vision, a vision that transcends politics and speaks to the very heart of Africa's future. They dismiss him as inexperienced, as naive, and they believe their power is unchallenged. Their words are filled with arrogance, as if the revolutionary tide could simply be stopped by wealth, connections, or the weight of tradition. Little do they know, they are about to face something far more powerful than they understand. The moment of reckoning arrives swiftly. Just as the conspirators begin to believe that their plan is succeeding, the streets of Ouagadougou erupt in a roar of defiance. The people, tired of the betrayals and tired of watching Africa's potential slip away, flood the capital in support of Ibrahim Traoré. They chant his name, their voices rising like thunder. The tension in the air is palpable, as the official who once mocked Traoré watches, his eyes widening with shock and disbelief. The true power of Traoré is not in his uniform or in the support of the military, it lies in the hearts of the people. Suddenly, the door to the room bursts open, and in walks a contingent of soldiers, their boots echoing like the sound of destiny itself. The official, who moments ago stood tall with arrogance, now shrinks back in fear. The tide of history has turned. Traoré, the revolutionary leader, steps into the room with quiet dignity, his presence commanding respect. It is in this moment that the true weight of his leadership is revealed. This is not just a coup. This is a moment of African awakening. The official, once so sure of his place in the world, now faces the consequences of underestimating the spirit of the African people. His arrogance has led him to this moment, where the truth about Africa's future is impossible to deny. In the aftermath of the attempted coup, Ibrahim Traoré does not seek revenge. His power is not born from vengeance, but from an unwavering belief in the dignity of the African people. The official, now a shadow of his former self, is quietly escorted from the political scene, his career crumbling like dust beneath the weight of his own mistakes. The people do not cheer for the fall of their enemies. They simply watch in silence as justice is done. Traoré, with a calm resolve, speaks not of retribution, but of the future. His voice resonates with the power of a leader who knows that Africa's rise is not just about defeating external forces. It is about rebuilding from within, about empowering the youth and ensuring that their voices are heard. This is our time, he says, his words a quiet call to action. Africa is rising. We will not be silenced by those who seek to hold us back.
His message is clear. This revolution is not about one man, but about the collective strength of a continent that is waking up to its potential. As the streets of Ouagadougou and the wider cities of Burkina Faso fill with fervor, it becomes clear
that Ibrahim Traoré's strength lies not in the traditional seats of power, but in the hearts of the people. His movement is no longer just a political act. It's a symbol of African resistance. The young, the old, the workers, and the intellectuals. Every person has a part to play in this awakening. The streets are alive with chants of hope, with flags waving proudly in defiance of those who believe the revolution will fall. This public outpouring of support sends a powerful message to both the enemies of Traoré and to the world. The people are not afraid. They have seen what happens when African leaders bend to the will of foreign powers. They have seen the devastation of neo-colonialism and know the price of submitting to external influence. Now, with Traoré at the helm, they see a leader who represents not just their nation, but a new African future. A future where the continent stands united, strong, and free. It's clear. This is the awakening of Africa, and it cannot be stopped. As the air thickens, with the weight of betrayal, Ibrahim Traoré steps forward to address the nation. His voice cuts through the noise like a blade of truth, firm and unwavering. He speaks not only to those who betrayed him, but to those who would dare to undermine Africa's progress. You thought we were weak. You thought we were divided, he says, his words resonating with the strength of an entire continent. But you failed to see what drives us. You failed to see the fire burning in the hearts of our youth, in the souls of our people. His speech is a powerful condemnation of the old guard, the ones who would sell out their own people for personal gain. It is a warning to all those who seek to continue the cycle of exploitation. This is not just a fight for Burkina Faso, Traoré continues. This is a fight for Africa's future. We will not be silenced by traitors. We will rise, united against all forces of oppression. The impact of his words is immediate. In the streets, there is a shift. The people, once uncertain, are now emboldened. They know that Traoré's leadership is not just a momentary flare. It is the beginning of a new era. His rejection of traitors and those who seek to divide Africa is a rallying cry for all who believe in the continent's independence. The future of Africa, he assures them, is in their hands. As Ibrahim Traoré stands resilient in the face of adversity, comparisons are made to the fallen leaders of Africa's past. The stories of men and women who once fought for their people, only to be undone by internal betrayal or external forces, echo throughout history. Some have called Traoré's rise a repeat of these failed revolutions, but there's a key difference. Traoré understands the mistakes of those who came before him. He is not simply a leader of rebellion. He is a leader of revolution, with an unshakable foundation in the unity of Africa. The tragic tales of figures like Thomas Sankara, whose dreams were cut short by a betrayal from within, are not lost on Traoré. He remembers Sankara's fight for African self-determination and sovereignty, and he recognizes the fragile nature of power when it is not backed by the strength of the people. Unlike the leaders who were isolated in their decisions or misled by promises of foreign assistance, Traoré has built a movement grounded in the people's power. The message is clear. This revolution will not fail. Traoré is different. His resilience is fueled by the undeniable truth that the future of Africa lies not in the hands of a few, but in the collective strength of its people. As the world watches, the fate of Burkina Faso and, by extension, the future of Africa's independence hangs in the balance. Will Traoré be the leader who proves that Africa's destiny is not written by foreign powers or the corrupted elites, but by the unity and strength of the people? This is a revolution unlike any before it, one that refuses to fall victim to the forces of betrayal that have undermined Africa's progress for so long. As the dust settles and the streets quiet down, the weight of Ibrahim Traoré's message lingers in the air. His revolution, though fraught with danger and opposition, is not just about political power. It is about something deeper, something more profound. It is about the awakening of a continent that has long been suppressed, a continent that is beginning to see its own potential, its own strength, and its own future. Traoré's leadership is a symbol of Africa's resilience, a testament to the fact that Africa is rising, and no force, internal or external, can hold it back. In his final speech to the nation, Traoré does not speak of victory. He speaks of the journey ahead. This is not the end, he says, his voice carrying the weight of history. This is the beginning of something greater. This is Africa's awakening. Together, we will rise, and we will not falter. His words resonate with the hearts of those who believe in the future of their continent, inspiring a new generation to take up the mantle of leadership, justice, and unity. As the screen fades to black, the message is clear. The revolution continues. The future of Africa is in the hands of its people, and with leaders like Ibrahim Traoré, the continent will not only survive, but thrive. This is not just a political struggle. This is the fight for African independence, the fight for dignity, and the fight for a future where Africa stands tall and free. Traoré resists, and we resist with him, echoes the final line, leaving the audience with a lasting impression of hope and determination.